This is Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman and NewsOK.com. I'm here in the studio with two local religious leaders, the Reverend Michael Canada and the Reverend John Malgott. They are the leaders for Restoration Church at the Dome. Now, I know that there might be people out there who are not familiar with this church by name. That's because it is a new name for First Christian Church of Oklahoma City. I want to let the pastors share some information that will shed some light on this. So thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay?
Thank you.
It should be informative. When and why is First Christian Church going by a different name? Can you talk about that, Reverend Malgott?
Yes, we wanted to invigorate and have new energy and a new identity in the community. First Christian had started having some issues and not being able to reach out into the community, and we thought a new name and a new vision would help us move forward.
Okay. Now, so how did you let the community know about this transformation? I did a story last October saying that changes were coming, but I know that your congregation really reached out to the community to let people know big things were happening.
Well, we've done several things. Back on February the 14th, we started a Restore the Love campaign. We've been going door to door with flyers, inviting people to come to church. There has been a new website launched. There's been all sorts of social media with Facebook, et cetera, et cetera. So a ton of word of mouth that's been jumped and piled onto existing ministries like Chain Reaction, the bicycle ministries, through the preschool, everything else, but then also just door to door.
Okay, good. Did you have anything else to add?
Not right.
Okay. Well, what is the best way to describe the revitalization happening at the church? Will church services change? Have they changed? Will you be co-pastoring, as you hinted at the last time we talked? How is this going to work?
We really are co-pastoring.
Okay.
We've kind of divided up and have our hills that we are in charge of, but we discuss all the major things together, and that's working out really well. And the worship service is changed. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. It's we try to do some traditional stuff because I don't like the idea of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but we do it in, I think, a more contemporary, accessible way. We've changed the physical space in the worship. We've brought couches and chairs, trying to make it more comfortable, a little bit more laid back, to where if you're put off by anything, it's simply what we read in Scripture, not by what we do either as in a traditional way or that sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And we really want to be a church that says everyone is welcome and actually mean it.
Okay.
Yeah, and welcome exactly where you are. You know, we hope to be a place where people that have questions, significant questions, or not even convinced they believe anything, could come and be comfortable in asking and exploring. So.
Okay, good. Well, one of the things that I thought we would talk about for a minute, you called the church Restoration Church at the Dome. Let's talk about the Dome. It's iconic here.
Yeah, the Dome is iconic. At 36th and Walker, everybody knows where it is. They don't necessarily know what it is,
right,
but they know where it is. And it was built back in the 50s.
Okay.
And it's very much a mid-century modern building, and a lot of people are excited about getting to come inside and see what's there.
Okay.
I may have told you last time that Time magazine wrote an article back then and called it the only church in the country with a salvation escalator that goes up and down. There's an escalator in the main lobby up to the floor. Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
It's a cool space.
It is.
It really is.
It is. Well, let's talk about Easter Sunday. What are your plans for Easter Sunday for your congregation?
We're going to start with a big organ hymn, and we're going to have the band playing some more contemporary things, and it's going to be an amazing day. And Michael's preaching on...
Well, we're starting a new series, and it's titled Truth and Dare. I want to lift up the truth scripturally about what God has done in Jesus Christ, and then the dare as to how to allow your life to be shaped by that truth. But then I want to go on in the weeks to come and talk about the truth biblically around marriage, the truth biblically around blended families, the truth around this, with a dare then to go and apply that in our day in and day out lives afterwards.
Okay.
So we're really starting something new that'll go for the next 5 weeks.
Okay. And last but not least, we talked a little bit earlier about your new worship leader. Tell me about him.
His name is Jamie Bramble, and he is local. He plays in venues all around the city. An extraordinarily gifted young man. I think he sounds, but this is because I'm old, like a James Taylor sort of a feel. But he embodies the sort of vibe we're looking for.
Okay. Okay, good.
It really is wonderful.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I'm really enjoying it.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for coming in today to talk about
You're
this.
welcome.
This is Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman at newsok.com. Read more on this topic in the Oklahoman and on newsok.
Thank you.